Hey guys, Gavin, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be continuing the PGR series here on Forza 7. I've been, um, I'm not as excited. This is, out of all the races, this is probably the one I've been least excited to get into, but I'll explain that in just a minute. But before we get into this race, I'm going to say your points standings real quick. So first in points with 67 points is me. Second with 56 points is it's been a while, so I can't remember them like off the top of my head like I could. Kurt Elliott. Third with 54 is Carissa Nasato. Fourth with 48 is Angus Morris. Fifth with 44 is Alexa Patterson. Sixth with 43 is Terrell Saunders. Seventh with 33 is Langdon Pagani. Eighth with 29 is Daria Sinelli. Ninth with 25 is Barrett Sims. And finally, in 10th with 23 is Oswald Snelling. And I want to apologize for the last video, the last race. I want to apologize for Lime Rock. I was just very upset and disappointed with myself after that race, because I've raced at that track, I've raced at Lime Rock so many times, where I can have like, I can do 10 races and about 7 of those races will be mostly flawless. And just for me to make that many mistakes, it messed with me. And I literally was not upset because I didn't get a good finish. I was upset because of how many mistakes I did, and I was just extremely disappointed in myself. I want to apologize for that. I will try my hardest not to let that happen again. I'm gonna just let my emotions get the best of me there. Yeah. Literally, the end of that finish, my performance in that race left me like just speechless and contemplating things for like an hour. Anyways, so today we're not going to be going to we are not going to Brands Hatch, because in preparation for this video, a couple days ago I did a practice race there just to test out the cars here. And I will say this right now, these cars do not work at Brands Hatch. The car is just extremely narrow, and I don't know what it is, but these cars do not work there. There was hardly any passing, and I never saw a driver ever get up to another driver ready to pass. It was just, I don't know what it was, but these cars do not work there. So today we're going to be, instead of going to Brands Hatch, we're going to be going to Sonoma. We're heading to California, and we're going to be racing at Sonoma for the Sonoma 20. This race is the same exact length as Brands Hatch. So no need to worry. The same race is the same length. It's just a different track and less laps. Instead of Brands Hatch, it was going to be the Brands Hatch 20, which would be 17 laps, but since instead of racing at Brands Hatch, we're going to be racing at Sonoma, which means this is the Sonoma 20, and this will be a 10-lap race. And we're going to be running the short circuit, and if you need a better explanation for my NASCAR fans out there, this is NASCAR's old configuration. This is the configuration NASCAR used to drive. You'll see when we start racing. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get into this. It's gonna be race 8 of 11. So after this race, we've only got 3 races left. Dang, the series is flown by quickly. Then again, most of my recording sessions, most of the times I record this series, I record like 3 races at a time. But yeah, today I'm only going to be recording one video, or one PGR race. And if you're wondering what happened to the Will Decide series on NASCAR Heat 5, I just lost interest from recording it. If y'all want to see it come back, I will 100% bring it back. If y'all want it, if y'all don't want it back, or y'all don't care to see it come back, then that's fine with me. I will not bring it back. I just had no interest to record it. But y'all have those first two races as examples of what the racing on that series will be. Or I don't know. There's a lot of different tracks in NASCAR, so those are two examples of the series. So I'll watch those and just determine if y'all want the series to come back. If y'all do, I'll bring it back. If y'all don't, that's fine with me. I won't bring it back if y'all don't want it. Anyways, let's get into this. 10 races at Sonoma. Let's go. Alright. Well, yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten pole in this series. Alright. What's going on? Oh, okay, people. Alright. Can we not have this happen? I don't know what happened there. I'm trying to get up to speed and everyone just decides to be twice as slow. Like, everyone just decides to get into each other. Well, I'm just trying to get up to speed. Oh, and I also did a practice race at this track before sending the cars here. I did a practice race, Brands Hatch. These cars didn't work there, so if I'm going to replace it with something, I want to make sure that the cars actually work at that track too. And the cars work really well here, actually. And the practice race, I even won. So I have a little confidence coming in this race. Looks like it's about to rain here, even though this is a day race. I don't have an option for weather here. Alright. So, how excited is everyone for the championship race at Phoenix, the NASCAR Cup Series? I know I sure am mildly interested in it. Honestly, I don't really care. I know that may sound like blasphemy, but I haven't really cared about most of the season. Once again, I know that may sound like blasphemy, but if y'all may know this, but I haven't had a favorite driver all season long. Y'all guys that don't know, my favorite driver was suspended from NASCAR because he said something he said a no-no word. He said a racial slur and was pretty much suspended from NASCAR along with being fired from Chip Ganassi Racing and dumped by all of his sponsors. So yeah, so about the entire season I haven't had a driver to root for, so I haven't cared. My dad has been trying to pressure me into rooting for Chase Elliott, which, if I'm being honest, him saying that has made me dislike Chase Elliott more and more. And I've always just seen Chase Elliott as a rival to Larson, so kind of rooting for Chase Elliott does not feel right. It doesn't sit right with me. But when it comes down to it, I will try to. I wouldn't mind seeing Chase Elliott win the championship. Do I think he's gonna win the championship? Not at all. But if he does, but I think it'd be cool to see Chase Elliott win the. All right. Well, there goes my chances of winning the race. Kurt Elliott just decides and just dump me. Thanks, Kurt Elliott. I know we've battled a couple times, but they've been close, clean battles for the most part, except the time that you really brake checked me at Road Atlanta. Alright, I see how this is. Well, I guess I officially have a rival, Kurt Elliott. Alright, Kurt Elliott, next time when I see you in the next race, I'm dumping you and making sure I'm turning you. I pride myself on being a mostly clean racer. I will almost never purposefully wreck someone, but if you race me clean, I will race you clean. Race me dirty, I'm gonna pay it back. So yeah, next time I see Kurt Elliott, he's going in the wall. No questions asked. I will race you clean until you race me dirty. Honestly, my pick to win the championship at Phoenix is Brad Keselowski. This might, if I had to pick someone else, I'd say Logano is the second most likely driver. Except I will be rooting for, I'll try to root for Elliott to win the championship, but I think out of all the drivers, he is the least likely to win the championship. Not defending any Chase Elliott fans, but I think it's going to be... I think the chances of him winning the championship are very low. Sorry, Angus. Didn't expect to get to the inside of you there. I know. Well, I didn't expect you to kind of block me there. Anyways, I don't have anything to talk about in this race. I guess let's just go try to win this. Definitely have the fastest car. I think it's just going to be a matter of... Alright. I thought I was clear there. Sorry, was that Langdon? Yeah, that was Langdon. I was gonna feel extra bad if it was Daria. I still feel bad either way. That is like the last 2 laps I've gotten into someone. I'm not doing this on purpose, I swear to God. Well, Daria Snelling's sitting in third. There's another good chance for her to get some points. like I've said, we have number 47 Ferrari is currently the fastest car on the track right now. Alright, 3 to go. Alright. Alright, Daria, I'm gonna try to get to the inside here. Don't try to block me. Alright, we're good. Oh, Oswald Snelling's in the lead. Oh no, now I'm gonna feel bad if I win. But I have to go win. It's my job as the driver to drive my hardest and try to go win. God, I feel like this is gonna be a Denny Hamlin, Matt Benedetto situation. Where I feel bad if I took the win away from a driver who's looking for his first win. But at the same time, my job is to go and perform my best and try to go get wins. So if I finish second to Oswald, I'll be completely happy with that. But if the opportunity presents itself for me to pass some Oswald, I'm going to take my chance. Alright, yeah, just get loose there. Alright. My championship rival for the last couple races, Carissa Sato, sitting in second. Alright. Alright. Last lap here. Oswald Snelling take the white flag here at Sonoma. I'm going to try to get to the inside of Carissa and make the pass for second, as I will clear her and get second, as now our goal is to go track down Oswald Snelling. This would be first career win, and first win of the season for Oswald Snelling, and first win for either of the Snelling drivers. I imagine if Oswald won this race, Daria, his little sister, would be in victory lane along with him. But I'm going to try to get around the 6 here. As my car gets loose, they're slowing me down immensely. I'm going to try to get as much out of this car as I can. I'm not going to just send it in here. Looks like Oswald Snelling will win at Sonoma. God, if I could drive after the race finished, I would literally just go up right beside him and say, hey, you did good, bud. Alright, Oswald Snelling gets the victory. And little sister Daria finishes 4th. Good day for both of the Snelling children. I say that, but they're both like in their 20s. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna write down your finishing results and points, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I counted up all the points and written down finishing results. So, winning this race and getting his first win of the season It's Oswald Snelling. I did not see this coming into this race, like, at all. Coming in this race, Oswald was last in points. And this moved him up about 3 positions in points, which is always a good day. Especially if you're in those lower, if you're in like the lower 5 in points. A good day like this can really set you up to possibly sneak your way into the maybe top 5 in points and possibly fight for a championship. But I think for Oswald to have a chance at the championship, he'd really have to crank it up these last few races. Which is 100% possible. But even if that team does not win a championship, even if that team does not win the championship, a win is nothing to scoff at. That is a big achievement for that team, who's been fighting and clawing all season long. They've even been they've been in the bottom like 3 in points all season long. For them to finally get a win and move up a couple spots in points is big for them. Second in points is finishing second is me. I really thought I had Oswald there. I really did. I think it could have been a nail biter, or I could possibly even won. I think if Kurt Elliott did not get into me on like, what was it, lap 2 or 3, something like that. But anyways, coming up second is never bad. Unless you had like the race in the bag and you made a mistake. Or someone. Yeah. Unless you were leading the entire time, second place is never bad. Finishing third is Carissa Nasato, which moves her back up to second in points, which is always good for her. Puts her really back in the hunt for the championship, if she's already still wasn't. Finishing fourth is Daria Snelling. Both Snelling siblings finished in the top 4 today. That is big for that family, just in general. I know their father is looking on them very proud. Their mother's never been big into racing, but she's there to support. Finishing fifth is Angus Morris in number 66. He's been on a roll recently. In the last 3, including if you look at this race and the 2 races before it, he's had top 5s in all 3. So Angus Morris definitely looking back, looking back in form that we're used to him in. Finishing 6th is Barrett Sims, which is about where he's finished that entire season. But Barrett Sims finishing 6th. Finishing 7th is Langdon Pagani, and that's about where we've seen him the entire year. Even though he saw the first 2 races, he was the points leader, he's not been close to it since. And this is definitely, and just these below, and these kind of mediocre finishes are not helping that team out. And I think if he's to win the championship, he'd have to win like he'd have to win the next 2 races to do it. Finishing 9th is finishing 8th is Lexa Patterson, and Lexa these last 2 races this race and last race have been a little off for that 95 team, but hopefully I think that next week they should be back to form with their top 5s that they're known for. Because overall that is a really good team, and I think they're just having an off streak here. And finishing 9th in the 21 is Terrell Saunders. Terrell Saunders just has not done well really this year. I mean, he is, most of the season he's been around like 5th to 6th in points, which is not bad, but it's just average for that team. And definitely a 9th place finish is definitely could very possibly take that team out of their 5th place point standings, or 6th place. And finishing last, the driver who literally just dive bombed me going up the hill is Kurt Elliott. He will finish last. Karma, I guess. It's just after dive bombing me in a turn, he just got stuck in the grass and never recovered. As he will finish last, and that will 100% take him out of the 2nd place standings and point. Which I don't know what his intention was there. I know it's just the AI being dumb, but if this wasn't, I'm trying to think about this as if it wasn't an AI. If this wasn't an AI, I don't think would be any reason to do that. Yes, try to take me out so he can try to get a good point today while I sit and suffer finishing last. Meanwhile, the opposite happened. He tried to wreck me. He got in the grass and was the one that suffered. Meanwhile, after he tried to wreck me, I still went up and managed to finish 2nd. So yeah. So after reading the finishing positions, we're going to read the point standings. Currently 10th in points with 30 points is Barrett Sims. Last week that team finished 5th. Today they finished 6th. That team has just not been doing well recently. The 2 races before Blind Rock, 2 of the last 3 races they finished 9th and 10th. So that team's just not had the best luck recently. But last time they got 5th, and today they got 6th, so hopefully they can start climbing their way back up. But currently that team's 6th and 10th. 9th in points with 36 is Daria Snelling. Good points. That was a good points day for her. Even though she fell back 1 position in points, but that's only because Oswald won a race. Overall, it was a good points day for her. And she is easily, and if she has a good race and the 2 drivers ahead of her don't have a worse race than her, she could easily pounce up to 7th in points. But currently she is in 9th. Not to her own fault, she had a good race, good points day for that team, but just one of the drivers that was below her in points had a better race. Sitting 8th in points with 37 points is Elena Pagani. This is about where we've seen him all season long, so no surprises there. 7th in points with 38 points is your race winner, Oswald Snelling. Coming to this race, he was last in points. Now he's currently 7th in points with 38 points. That was a big point day for them. And I hope this is a start for good things to come for that team. Because I'd like to see that team crawl their way and maybe even get a top 5 at the end of the season. Who knows? There's always a possibility that Oswald Snelling wins every race from here on out and wins the championship, which would make me sad. Anyways, it'd be weird, but it'd just be sad because whatever. It'd be weird. Finishing 6th in points with 45 points is Terrell Saunders. Terrell Saunders, that's about where he's been all season long, in 6th and 5th. So nothing changes there. He stays where he is in points after leaving. Not 5th in points with 47 points is Alexa Patterson. Like Terrell Saunders, she stays where she is in positioning when it comes to points. Same with our 4th place driver. 4th in points with 56 points is Angus Morris. He stays where he is in points where he was when he came into this race, and he leaves still in 4th. 3rd in points with 57 points is Kurt Elliott. After, I don't know what happened. He came into this race with a 2-point lead, with a 2-point cushion between him and third place, Carissa Masato. He finishes last here and only gets 1 point, which loses him a spot in the point standings. Second in points with 62 points is Carissa Masato. This was just an average day for her. She's used to running top 3 every week. So nothing new for that team. Even though last race they finished 8th. Yeah, I think a couple good races, and she could easily be a very good threat for the championship. But still, first in points with 76 points is me. And I think this would be a closer championship if Carissa had not finished 8th last race. But she did, which allowed me to gain a couple points on her. And, so yeah, I'm still the points leader with 76 points, which puts me 14 above Carissa. So, anyways, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.